Unity, pride of the states, and our nation, fountain of knowledge and of wisdom, source of our hope and confidence.
This is the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, an eponymous institution of higher learning in Nigeria established in 1991. Named after the great political icon and intellectual, the first president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the late Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the legendary Zik of Africa, this foremost and dynamic institution is endowed with one of the greatest academic gatherings, the Zik's Annual Lecture Series, an initiative of Senator Dr. Ben Ndiobi Diojelibo of Awka, former special advisor to the president on political matters.
I went into politics completely inspired and influenced by the great Zik of Africa. So I saw him as a champion, and the only way you can reflect the man Zik is by bringing people who are at that level in their various countries, people who been former presidents or former prime ministers, to come and speak. The Zik lecture series is probably the biggest lecture series going on in the country today in any Nigerian university, and probably even beyond. It's an event that people look forward to. So I think one is gradually achieving that, but we still have some distance to go.
A veritable platform to propagate the ideals of the man whom the institution is named after, the great Zik. The lecture series, which is conveyed through the Faculty of Social Sciences, is said to be one of the biggest lecture series in the country and most prominent in the university, as it brings together distinguished Africans across the globe and a platform for vigorous discourse of burning national issues.
Some time ago, in 2006, distinguished Senator Ben Ndiobi thought about doing something in memory of Zik. And he felt that one of the best ways to immortalize one of the greatest statesmen that we've had ever in Africa, Owele Onitsha, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. One of the best ways to immortalize him was to endow a lecture series that will invite people from across the globe to, if you like, exchange ideas on current topical issues, that wherever Zik is today, he will at least be happy.
I met the Vice Chancellor, it was Professor Ilo Chiuka, former Vice Chancellor there. He consented to it, and I said, okay, fine, let me see how we can knock this thing together and start. So that's what happened. I'm sure that Professor Inoebi is still advising the committee on the Zik lecture series.
Since its conception in 2006 and subsequent takeoff 8 years ago, the lecture series has provided the intellectual platform for effective propagation of timeless ideals and enduring values of a remarkable African of Igbo extraction who transcended Igbo land and Nigeria, the great Zik of Africa.
Most of the things that occupied him while alive, in terms of the dignity of the human being, in terms of emancipation of Africa, in terms of liberation of the continent, that those things are still being interrogated extensively, particularly within the four walls of a university. Every year we'll search for important personalities and attract them to speak on different issues. We've talked on security, we've talked on corruption, we've talked on all manner of issues bedeviling Africa and confronting Africa as a continent.
You are having people who are not just knowledgeable, but who are also experienced in this area. Give a practical out of academic viewpoints to these things, and that's why I said it is one of the renowned lecture series, because it gives the students the opportunity they may not have throughout their stay in the university to meet people they have just heard about. Not just meet them, but also hear them speak on issues that they may not have the opportunity of being discussed in the classrooms.
From burning national issues and themes bordering on crisis, education, and Africa's recovery, taming the monster of corruption in Africa, Africa's development, and the crisis of inequality, the role of organized labor, to political economy of restructuring in Nigeria, challenges and prospects, as well as Magic Lantern, excursion in the creative realm. This explosive and spectacular lecture series, held on the late Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe's birthday, the 16th of November, has over the years captured most contentious political issues in Nigeria and Africa in general.
This lecture series has impacted on the life and activities of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, both the staff and students. And through the engagement and through the lecture series, we've been able to deliver the legacies of Zik of Africa. And Zik actually was a cosmopolitan person, and that's the kind of legacy we try to live at. So currently, Nnamdi Azikiwe University is also a cosmopolitan institution. We have people from all over the globe, and because we have been receiving people over the years from various nations, especially within Africa, this for us is a way of promoting togetherness, oneness, and the growth of national unity and the African continental unity. So we are very thankful to the benefactor, Senator Dr. Ben Ndiobi, for sustaining the temple and for encouraging the lifestyle of Zik in the lives of our students and staff.
Nnamdi Azikiwe University is indeed fashioned after the name of the great Zik of Africa, and his ideals and ethos are the things that we're actually moving towards to, and we have lived up to that as a university.
It's quite encompassing. It allows for learning, it allows for introspection, it allows for people to intellectuals to come and rub minds on issues affecting the country and the globe. Remember, Zik wasn't just Nigerian, was an African, was Pan-African. And so Zik's lectures afford students, lecturers, journalists, professionals, intellectuals, traditional rulers to come together and then learn something new concerning development and perhaps national growth.
With reference to the one I attended last year, I think the event is a very sound academic event, which is a gathering of intellectuals from both within and outside the Nnamdi Azikiwe University.
And the kind of dignitaries that were available last year I wasn't expecting to see them, but they were there and it meant a lot. It means that whatever is happening there is something that won't fade off with time.
Almost a decade down the line, the 8th edition of the Zik's annual lecture series, scheduled to hold on the 16th of November 2019 at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University Auditorium with the theme Migration and Development in Africa, Pattern, Issues and Challenges, will feature the immediate past president of Sierra Leone, His Excellency Ernest Bai Koroma, as guest speaker, with former governor of Old Anambra State, Senator Jim Ifeanyichukwu Nwobodo as chairman.
The ZIG's annual lecture series has continually lived to its billing. From the first up until this point, you will notice that all the guest speakers are either past or immediate pasts from our presidents of a country. That alone is telling. If it is not an immediate past president, it is a vice president or somebody in that cadre. So the choice of the guest speakers, the choice of topics, the choice of discussions will tell you where the ZIG's lecture series has placed this university.
With the overreaching goal to serve as an intellectual rallying point for scholars and formal setting for further networking, the annual lecture series will continue to serve as a platform of appreciation of the great Zik of Africa's legendary roles in years to come and way to immortalize his good works.
Social sciences, to all intents and purposes, would show what, reflect what Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who he was. Zik was a political scientist. Zik was anthropology. So many of the areas in social sciences we found in the scholarship of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. So outside the social sciences, the humanities would also, take some part of it. But what we are doing actually is to domicile it within the social science. It's a major academic event, the most important academic event in any Nigerian university.
When it comes to ZIG's annual lectures, some people may come from the north, from the west, from the east, and other parts of Nigeria. And apart from that, most of our guest speakers are from Africa. So it brings unity among the Africans and also the Nigerians. And to me, it gives me joy when we come together. In that way, we see ourselves, our different attires, our different languages, like that, as Nigerians, and we stay together to discuss Zik of Africa. Not because it is Zik, but a leader.
As we go on year in, year out, people will get properly indoctrinated into the activities of Zik of Africa, and people will start to see the possibility of evaluating what the man stood for.